Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So let's start with you this week. Dedeker, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm ready to drink. I just had this big, harrowing experience trying to pick up a police report from the Japanese embassy. It's a really long story.
Yes. That was harrowing for you? I'm sorry.
The embassy was lovely. Mm-hmm. The Japanese consul in downtown Seattle is like this tiny little slice of Japan, where it's just quiet and clean and organized, and it's just a delight to walk into. It's more dealing with any kind of downtown area and driving, and I made many navigational mistakes.
You had to drive?
Yes.
Yikes.
Yes. But good news, the Japanese government does not think I've committed any crimes.
Well, that's good.
They do not have anything in the books, at least.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. That's very important. Jace, you look like you were, as usual, fiddling with things and trying to make things as good as possible.
I am.
So that everyone can hear us.
Yeah. So we're back. Dedeker and I are back in Seattle now after spending the last 5 weeks in Minnesota.
Much warmer.
And I now have my big monitor back again. I have my standing desk again. I have room for the joke adjuster meter on my screen now, so everything's
very important.
Just going to be much higher quality. I just had to tweak some settings on the
I
joke
imagine
meter.
it like one of those editor's wheels. What are they called?
Like a jog wheel?
Like a jog wheel, yeah, that literally sits on your desk and you just kind of crank it in one direction if we're not funny enough and crank it down if we're a little too funny, which happens all the time.
Too funny. Just too funny.
Yeah. It's a real concern for us, being too funny.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
We get many complaints about being just too funny on this show.
I don't know about that. Something to aspire to.
We did once have someone say that they almost drove off the road laughing at something we said. So,
major complaints.
It is possible to be too funny.
That's a good point. I forgot about that.
Do you remember anything from last time?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. There was, I see that Yah was maybe Yahweh's nickname, or it just Yah was said a lot.
Just once.
That was fun.
Just once.
Oh, okay. It was only said once?
I think so.
Really?
Maybe twice. But kind of in one.
It's been said multiple times in this book.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel was saying regarding Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were men that maybe participated in a birth. No, they didn't. No, it was, I know what it was. It was that they were kind of equating, these men knew what birth was, what it was like, but they don't know anything, is basically what we concluded.
It's a grand metaphor.
Yes.
For what Israel's going through, comparing it to a woman in labor.
Got it.
All that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's the hardest thing ever. I don't know. That's what, it's an interesting thing that they're talking about. And then more figs.
Yes.
Figs for days.
Yeah.
Figs, fig cakes, figs fixing ya.
Yeah.
The history of fig Newtons. Oh, I didn't order us any fig Newtons for this week. I forgot about that.
Right.
Come on, get on that, Dedeker.
If we were going to make an eating game.
Yeah.
I forgot about that,
Okay.
yes.
Well, next time.
It could be kind of like the saltine challenge, if you shove 3 fig Newtons in your mouth at once, can you eat them in a minute?
Doubtful.
No
That'd
problem.
be hard.
What?
No problem?
Challenge
really?
accepted.
Really?
No problem.
Really?
That's nuts.
think
I
you
don't
could-
know about that.
3 fig Newtons.
3 whole fig Newtons
Yeah.
in your mouth at the same time.
Yeah.
No water, no milk, nothing to help you out.
Yeah.
Just home and then eat them in a minute.
I think I could handle that.
Yeah?
Okay, I'm going to write this down.
You order the fig
Okay.
Newtons, we'll give it a try.
Wow.
We'll find what the threshold is.
What is the saltine challenge? Is it 30 seconds for 10 or is it 1 minute for 10?
Seems
I have no idea.
completely
I've witnessed people trying to do the
impossible.
saltine challenge and it's bad.
Yeah, that
it's
seems
60
completely
okay, 60
impossible.
seconds to eat 6 saltine crackers without drinking anything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen people try this
You
and fail.
really
at
have
it.
to pace yourself.
Yeah.
Although, well, 10 seconds per cracker. I don't know. That seems
Yeah,
pretty
but
impossible.
it's so salty and dry.
Yeah,
and it sucks up all the
exactly.
moisture.
No,
And I
thank
think
you.
a fig Newton would be less dry, but it's so rich and cakey and dense that I think that 3 fig Newtons could probably equate to 6 saltines.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, there are people in the chat backing me up on this. Samantha says that they have 2 fig Newtons in the morning and it takes them a while.
I agree with you.
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
going to write it down. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do
yeah.
it.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. What are you drinking, Dedeker?
Oh, today I am channeling the spirit of my late grandmother
Oh,
and just having a good old Bailey's on the rocks.
Oh,
Bailey's
that's great.
on the rocks. Wow. Fun.
Is that not a normal thing? Because I grew up with that being a very normal thing.
Wait, Bailey's, because I'm pretty sure it's not vegan, so I can't have it. But
No.
it's like a
It's like
a liqueur, like a sweet liqueur.
it's basically like whiskey mixed with cream.
Oh,
essentially,
yeah, no.
it's very sweet. It's like a baby's drink, you know. It's
a drink you would give to a
and
baby.
sometimes
Exactly.
sometimes it literally was a baby's drink because sometimes my grandmother would let me sip on her Bailey's a little bit as kind of a child. So
Yeah.
It's kind of a child.
Child adjacent.
Nice.
yeah, I mean, not when I was like a baby, but when I was, like maybe a tween, early teenager, and sometimes get some sips of Bailey's.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
nice for you.
And here I am.
Yes, you made it. You're still here. Jace, what are you drinking?
I am having an interurban IPA, which is one of my Seattle go-tos. It's from Fremont Brewing Company. So just, maybe 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive from here or something like that. And it's nice. It's, it's the kind of IPA I like that Dedeker hates. That's just very like bitter, has that sort of gasoline-y kind of
I'd like it too.
like a roll of pennies that you dropped into a puddle of gasoline and then you drank it.
See, the
somehow.
irony is that I love
It's not like that entirely.
the irony is I love the smell of gasoline. Like
Huh.
if gasoline tasted the way it smelled, I'd be drinking it all the time. But when it comes to like an IPA that's gasoline-ish, I'm like, I'll pass.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. There's, somebody in the chat could back me up on this. There's certain people who are just like the smell of gasoline is super compelling and
Yeah.
smells really, really nice. And I'm definitely
Makes me
one of
want
those
to
people.
walk in the other direction, but
Oh no, it attracts me like a moth to a flame.
Wow, Dedeker. Wow, this explains
Only
so
flames
much.
shouldn't be involved, but
No.
I know drinking Bailey's as a child, sniffing gasoline.
There you go.
It's a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, I made my own rosemary simple syrup
Whoa.
this afternoon. Yes, and then this is kind of a simple drink except for the simple syrup, but it's a gimlet. It's a rosemary gimlet
Ooh,
with gin.
beautiful.
Yeah, so I love it. It's definitely one of my favorite drinks of all time. One that I keep going back to over and over again, but I highly recommend, that infused rosemary simple syrup and make it at home. And it'll last for like a month in your fridge. So go grab that
Yeah,
today.
rosemary, everything.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love rosemary. It's so good. It's so
But
fragrant.
maybe, Emily, what comes out of this show is not your cocktail recipe book, but like maybe you start bottling simple syrups and
Whoa.
selling those to the
Oh,
masses.
fascinating.
Yeah, I'd
I
subscribe
think
to
I've
that.
made like a blueberry one before.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you can put anything in simple syrup. Anything
Mhm.
tasty.
You got something there.
There you
Yep.
go.
All right.
Alrighty.
Let's get into this reading here. So today we're going to be continuing on with the book of Isaiah, chapters 29 through 31. Just 3 today. And one of them is a teeny tiny short one. If you want to read along with us, you can go to drunkbiblestudy.com/read. As we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. And with that, Isaiah chapter 29. Ho, Ariel. Who's Ariel?
I'm sorry, who?
Ho, Ariel,
What's up?
Ho, Ariel. Ariel, the city where David encamped.
Oh.
Add you year to year. I've never heard of David encamping in an Ariel, but maybe he did. I don't know. I don't remember. Add you year to year. Let the feasts come round. Then I will distress Ariel, and there shall be mourning and lamentation, and she shall be to me as Ariel.
Wait,
Okay, great.
I don't know what Ariel is,
So
and we've got
Ariel
to look that up later.
will be like Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel will be like Ariel. I will encamp against you round about, and will lay siege against you with posted troops, and I will raise siege works against you. Am I reading this right? Okay. You shall be brought...
how to read? This doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. You shall be brought down and shall speak out of the ground, and your speech shall be low out of the dust, and your voice shall be as one who has a familiar spirit out of the ground, and your speech shall whisper out of the dust.
This is some interesting imagery that we're dealing with here.
John Michael in the chat, as usual, has told us what Ariel means. Thank you, John Michael. It means Lion of God. That
cool.
doesn't make this any easier to understand.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Except for, I guess, they're saying, like, the Lion of God. Wait, they're saying that Ariel is the city where David encamped, the Lion of God is?
Yeah, it's confusing because then it says, like, let you be like Ariel. And so it's like, wait, Ariel will be like Ariel? Is Ariel some city we should know of that's like a real shithole?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay. I think we need to push on through. I think we need to push on through to the other side.
Okay.
And we can look this up later.
Break on through to the other side. Okay. But the multitude of your foes shall be like small dust, and the multitude of the awesome ones as chaff that passes away. Yes, it shall be in an instant suddenly. She shall be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and tempest and the flame of a devouring fire. The multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all who fight against her in her stronghold and who distress her, shall be as a dream, a vision of the night. Ooh, a vision of the night. Love it.
I think that's a nightmare.
Oh.
A vision of the night.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, instead of like a daydream or something.
Yeah.
Like a mirage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like maybe a woman in the night, like a woman like being beautiful in the night is like a vision of the night. I don't know.
Like a woman of the night? Because that's different.
No, like, I don't know. Just something pretty that you see in the evening. I don't know.
Okay.
It shall be as when a hungry man dreams, and behold, he eats, but he awakes, and his soul is empty. Or...
Oh, that's just like Jace.
Yeah, that's true.
You do that all the time. You talk about having eating dreams, and you grind your teeth down.
Yeah.
Jace, you need to freaking wear your teeth guard.
I wear my teeth guard, and I chew it at night because it's delicious in my dreams, apparently.
Do you remember, is there any recurring food that you dream about?
That's a good question. Just all food, every food.
I don't think I've had any food dreams that I can recall, but you seem to have them all the time.
I didn't have them before I got this night guard.
Oh, I see. So the night guard kind of inceptioned into your mouth.
Yeah.
These food dreams.
Exactly.
Wow. All right. Well, there it is. So, okay. Or as when a thirsty man dreams, and behold, he drinks, but he awakes, and behold, he is faint, and his soul has appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion. / Ariel, maybe, or something. Stay you and wonder, take your pleasure and be blind. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Okay, can I hold on? So I just noticed here that
yes, please.
In that weird thing about having the dream and like waking up hungry, in the message, he says, like a hungry man dreaming, he's eating steak and wakes up hungry as ever. And then this is my favorite one. Like a thirsty woman dreaming, she's drinking iced tea and wakes up thirsty as ever. I don't know why the iced tea was necessary for this translation.
Sprinkle in that little
She's
bit
having
of commentary.
a nice Arnold Palmer.
Sitting on the veranda.
Yeah.
Goodness. Ridiculous. Okay. For Yahweh has poured out on you the spirit of deep sleep, and has closed your eyes, the prophets, and your heads, the seers, he has covered. So you can't see anything anymore because he covered your head.
Good.
All vision is become to you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one who is learning, saying, read this, I pray you. And he says, I can't, for it is sealed.
That was just like me in the Japanese police report.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they gave me this freaking like stamped, sealed, taped over envelope, and they were very specific, like, you cannot open this. You need to directly hand it to whoever needs it. Don't worry, if you had a criminal background, it'd be thicker.
Okay.
They're like, do not.
But you do
open
not
it.
get to
And
tamper
she's
with
like,
it.
this is useless to me. I can't directly hand it to the person who needs it. Anyway, y'all don't need to know my police report drama, but
Wow.
I can relate, is what I'm saying.
It's
Gosh.
amazing. Fascinating.
I also feel like this is a little bit like a Chris Angel magic show setup, right? There's like the sealed envelope. It's like, read this. It's like, but I can't. It's closed. But is this what it says inside? And like opens up his jacket and it's all written inside
It's
his
tattooed
jacket,
on his
Cool.
chest.
Right. It's
Cool.
something like that.
That would be awesome and very weird, but I would like that. Okay. And the book is delivered to him who is not learned, saying, read this, I pray you. And he says, I am not learned. Like he can't read, I guess.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I should have mentioned that first, but
Yeah.
Right.
The Lord said, because this people draw near to me, and with their mouth and with their lips to honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear of me is a commandment of men which has been taught them. I'm pretty sure it's not just taught, God. Like, I'm pretty sure you, like, kill people
Oh, gosh.
randomly, and
Kinda
they're
some-
just afraid of
some
you.
direct
okay?
threats, really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder, and the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe to those who hide deep their counsel from Yahweh, and whose works are in the dark, and who say, who sees us, and who knows us? You turn things upside down. Shall the potter be esteemed as clay, that the thing made should say of him who made it, he didn't make me? Or the thing formed say of him who formed it, he has no understanding?
This is like a new take on the whole, like, is it the axe that cuts down the tree or the person who swings the
you're
axe?
right.
Kind of
I
that.
forgot about that
Interesting.
koan.
Yeah.
It is not yet a very little while, and Lebanon shall be turned into a fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest.
Okay, he's got to mention the animals, right? Always when he's leading up to how decimated a place is going to be, he has to specifically name drop what animal is going to love to hang out there.
Let's see. In that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. What book are we talking about?
This book that's sealed and we can't read it because we don't know how to read.
Cool.
Oh, I think,
Okay.
yeah, like the metaphor for this vision that we're being given, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The humble also shall increase their joy in Yahweh, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. For the terrible one is brought to nothing, and the scoffer ceases, and all those who watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender in his case, and lay a snare for him who reproves in the gate, and turn aside the just with a thing of nothing.
A thing of nothing.
I don't know what just happened.
What's a thing of nothing?
Turn aside the just with a thing of nothing. Is that what it
Thing
was?
of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, like a
That's what it says.
nothing thing.
Turn aside the just with a thing of nothing.
I don't know. What does
Thing of nothing.
A thing of
I was about
nothing.
to say Eli. That's not his name. Oh no, Elijah? No, what is his name?
Isaiah.
What? Eugene.
Oh, Eugene.
Eugene. Gracious.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
that guy. Does he have anything to say?
What verse even was that? It's so paraphrased, it's hard to even follow.
21.
21. Okay.
Like around 19, 20, 21. I
Okay,
haven't
let's
done
see.
22 yet.
I'll go from the scoffers.
Cool.
Cynical scoffers will be an extinct species.
No, they certainly are not. We're proof of that.
Yeah. Those who never missed a chance to hurt or demean will never be heard of again.
Wow.
Gone the people who corrupted the courts. Gone the people who cheated the poor. Gone the people who victimized the innocent.
Also still around.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I was actually
We
going
just-
for a Music Man reference right there too. That was a real out of left field, real obtuse one.
Okay, well, we can forgive you.
Thank you.
in
It
that-
seems like Eugene just kind of glosses over the whole thing of no thing
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Not even
he
good
just
enough for
doesn't.
Eugene. Gosh.
Well,
It's
you know.
true.
Therefore, thus says Yahweh, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. But he's dead. He's super dead. He's got a pale, waxy
You know,
face.
his force ghost
Oh.
will no longer be like seeming sad.
Okay. I'm glad. I'm glad for him. That's good. But when he sees his children, the work of my hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name. Yes, they shall sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall stand in awe of the God of Israel. They also who err in spirit shall come to understanding, and those who murmur shall receive instruction.
Yep.
Got
Good.
it.
Good, great. Got it.
I mean, do we got it, though? That was a whole lot of not very comprehensible anything.
I understood that we're going to be like hungry men and thirsty
Mm-hmm.
women longing for steaks and iced teas.
And
That's
also
how it's gonna
trying
be.
to read sealed envelopes.
And reading books we can't even read.
Yeah.
And also they're sealed up.
I kind of feel like in reading this chapter, we've been sort of pushed off by a thing of no thing, you know, of just kind of, there's a whole lot of nothing
Yeah.
here, and I'm confused
deep.
now.
It's deep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not. The change in perspective is what is a little weird to me, because I guess it's always. Sometimes the perspective is Isaiah speaking as himself, and sometimes it's Isaiah speaking as God, and it's challenging to
Also, sometimes
know what's happening.
in this book, not just with Isaiah, sometimes it's I'm going to describe in great detail all the terrible things that are going to happen to everyone who oppresses us. But also, I'm going to describe in great deal all the terrible things that are going to happen to you if you don't follow Yahweh. And
Yeah.
so sometimes it does get a little difficult to keep track.
Right.
Wait, who is Yahweh punishing right now or threatening right now?
Somebody,
It
definitely
seems safe
somebody.
to assume he's just threatening everyone at
Yeah.
all times.
Definitely,
Yeah,
that is
I mean,
safe to assume.
For sure. For sure. We're all at risk, for sure.
Yeah,
Us
absolutely.
No one denies.
us on this show most of all.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
We're going to talk to y'all about some ways that you can support this show and keep this show growing and thriving in the new year. And we're back. Here we go with Isaiah chapter 30. I almost started reading from the Message. Oh, gosh.
Don't you do
I
that.
just want to so badly. Okay, here we go.
Eugene wouldn't like it. I mean, he would, but he wouldn't. Okay.
Woe to the rebellious children, says
Ugh.
Yahweh, who take counsel, but not of me, and who make a league, but not of my spirit, and they may add sin to sin, that set out to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth. Okay.
Asked
At my mouth.
at your mouth.
Like, are you just like right up against the mouth of God, being like, "Hey, God"?
Right. Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be scary. I would not want to be right up against the rock's mouth.
No,
I'm imagining
I
a
mean-
gigantic rock, though.
I mean, yeah, but it feels like a mama
Did it
bird.
get warm in here?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
Okay.
No, but it feels like a mama bird like regurgitating to the baby bird. Like that's kind of what I thought of.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
God.
okay. That's nice.
That's lovely, Emily. That's lovely. Okay, keep going.
Continuing on, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to take refuge in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the refuge in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. For the princes are at Zoan, and their ambassadors are come to Hanes.
Like Hanes.
Yeah. Spelled exactly like Hanes the underwear.
Great.
Cool.
Yep. They're come to Hanes. They shall all be ashamed because they're not wearing Hanes. No. And they shall all be ashamed because of a people that can't profit them, that are not a help nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Kind of begging the question
Cool.
here. of if these people
What?
are shameful because they're a shame, I mean, what is even the meaning of language anymore?
Yeah.
That is the question with all of this. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay. Lots of shame, though.
Maybe the
Lots of confusion.
translator of like this particular section was just like having a really tough time.
Mm.
Because sometimes it's, you can parse apart what's happening.
Yeah. And sometimes there's Hanes.
And sometimes Isaiah's on drugs and he's like, you know what? I can't figure this out. I'm just going to write down words and hope that it kind of comes together
You know, I'm
in
realizing
the
that
reader's mind.
Isaiah warned us about this.
He did?
That earlier on he said, like, this vision I'm giving you is going to be like a sealed envelope and telling you to read it, and you can't read it, or like a book when you don't know how to read.
Were
He's
you
like,
kind of just
listen,
guessing at the meaning?
I don't even understand. You're definitely not going to understand. Just take
Is
it
this
in.
all one vision? Is like this just one single Isaiah vision that's occurring in real time?
No, I assume this was several months and years worth of regular dropping, as it were.
Okay.
Some regular dosing, micro and macro dosing, to get this big compendium of visions.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
That's good. All right.
Okay.
The burden of the animals of the South. Period. Full stop. That was a complete sentence right there.
Well, remember in a previous time, we learned that the burden refers to like a curse on somebody.
Oh, I see. Maybe this is like a
So
heading.
it's on the animals?
Yeah.
On the animals of the South, which could be just an epithet for people in the South, potentially.
That's true. Yeah. Let's see. Through the land of trouble and anguish, from whence come the lioness and the lion, the viper and the fiery flying serpent. They, they're back.
Another
they're
one
back.
of
That
those.
sounds no fun at all. Like, not
So
a
scary.
fun thing.
They carry their riches on the shoulders of young donkeys, and their treasures on the humps of camels.
Oh.
To a people that shall not profit them.
Okay.
For
Got
Egypt
it.
helps in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I called her Rahab, who sits still.
Have we come across a Rahab?
Yes.
Yes, we have. So Rahab initially was the woman in Jericho who hid the spies,
Got it.
the Israelite spies, in her house. And so in exchange for them basically saving her and her family from being destroyed. And also in the rabbinical texts, there was some extra lore that like just saying the name Rahab could make you jizz in your pants, essentially, because she was so beautiful and wonderful.
Wait, oh, she was the really, really beautiful woman?
I guess. Like the book literally says, the Bible literally says nothing about how she looked, just that she was probably a sex worker.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. I did just look up real quick in the Message here, as well as some other translations. And in this case, Rahab means either, according to the Message, means toothless dragon, or according to the Jewish Bible, means arrogance doing nothing.
Oh.
So I guess the idea of like seeming grand, but really not being powerful.
Okay.
That perhaps, or the King James says, Rahab the do nothing. Oh, sorry, that's the NIV. It says Rahab the do nothing.
Huh.
It's a good diss.
Okay.
Good diss there. I like that. Okay, so yeah, maybe it's. I don't think it's that Rahab from before. This is just a diss.
Rahab 2. The Return of Rahab, but not the same one. Just the name. Got it.
Now go, write it before them on a tablet, and inscribe it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. For it is a rebellious people, lying children who will not hear the law of Yahweh, who tell the seers, don't see, and to the prophets, don't you see, and to the prophets, don't prophesy to us right things. Speak to us smooth things. Get out of the way. Turn aside out of the path, because the Holy One of Israel caused the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
What?
Therefore, thus says, that's the people, the bad
children
will say.
God needs to cease, but he's not
telling
going
like
anywhere.
The seers, like the other soothsayers.
Oh.
To just kind of, let's not worry so much about
soft, smooth things specifically. Yeah. Be a smooth criminal in my ear up against my mouth.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. Therefore, thus says the Holy One of Israel. I guess that's in response to that, maybe? I think so. Because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and rely thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking comes suddenly in an instant. He shall break it as a potter's vessel is broken, breaking it in pieces without sparing. So there shall not be found among the pieces of it a broken piece with which to take fire from the hearth, or to dip up water out of the cistern.
Okay, so it's going to be just useless. Nothing that we can even repurpose
Super
or recycle, reduce, reuse at all.
Great.
Yeah. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall you be saved. in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. You would not, but you said, no, for we will flee on horses.
Oh.
Therefore,
Bye.
okay.
See you later.
Okay, to
He's
be
all
fair.
over the place.
To be fair, if Yahweh said to me after being like, I'm gonna cram you into a ball and throw you away, and then be like, but you need to chill. You need to relax. You need to rest. I'd be like, I'm getting on my horse, Yahweh.
Yep.
Bye.
I mean, I'm assuming if God were to like crumple the world up into a ball and throw it away, you being on a horse running away is not going to make much of a difference.
I thought he was crumpling
Yeah, that's
individuals, not.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was on a smaller scale that he's crumpling.
Well, wouldn't he just crumple you and the horse at the same time?
I mean, yeah, probably.
he does got the whole world in his hands, as the song says.
I love the idea of like having the Rock saying that, like just looking at the world. I got the whole world in my hands.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That song just always makes me think of Con Air now.
Okay.
I still haven't seen it, and I know two people in it.
Oh,
Jeez.
Emily.
We should have a movie night and watch Con Air.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
moving on. This sentence is not finished. There's a lot of colons and semicolons. Let me find where I left off here. You would not, but you said, no, for we will flee on horses, semicolon. Therefore shall you flee, and we will ride on the swift, semicolon. Therefore shall those who pursue you be swift. I don't.
Where are we?
don't-
Wait, there's a lot of horses and swiftness. Where are we?
We will ride on the swift.
Oh, there we are.
Therefore,
There it is.
those who pursue you will be swift. I just don't even.
So, yeah, you're going to be fast, so we need to be fast too in order to get you, right?
Get you on your horses.
Yeah.
Even though I
Yeah.
told you to just freaking chill.
Little baby horses.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000 shall flee at the threat of 1. At the threat of 5 shall you flee, until you be left
Got it.
as a beacon on the top of a mountain and as an ensign on a hill. I don't. I'm just going to keep going. Let it wash over
Just
you.
yeah.
Therefore,
It's like Shakespeare, but
yeah.
much less easy to understand.
Yeah. Therefore will Yahweh wait, that he may be gracious to you, and therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy on you. For Yahweh is a God of justice. Blessed are all those who
Okay.
wait for him. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. You shall weep no more. He will surely be gracious to you at the voice of your cry. When he shall hear, he will answer you. Real hard left. Though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not your teachers be hidden anymore, but your eyes shall see your teachers, and your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk you in it.
What?
Oh. I don't know if that's comforting or creepy or
It's really weird.
it's okay.
When you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left, period.
Got it.
You shall defile the overlaying of your engraved images of silver and the plating of your molten images of gold. You shall cast them away as unclean things. You shall tell it, get you hence.
Now, Jay, someone in the chat, B in the chat, is pointing out that in some translations it's throw them away like menstrual cloth.
What?
Now, if Eugene drops in some freaking Kotex, I'm
And then
I don't know.
Rahab
He's my new favorite person, I
2.0
guess.
put on some Kotex.
Wow. Okay, let me see here. Your teacher will be right there, local and on the job, urging you on wherever you wander, left or right. This is the right road. Walk down this road. You'll scrap your expensive and fashionable God images. See, he put God in there too.
Hmm.
You'll throw them in the trash as so much garbage, saying, good riddance.
Oh no, I see it. It's in the NIV.
Yeah, menstrual cloth.
Yes,
yeah.
in the NIV,
Oh.
like a menstrual cloth. Gosh.
You will throw them away
Wow.
like a menstrual cloth and say to them, away with you.
Get it. Away with you.
I need to start doing that ritual with
Yeah,
my
exactly.
menstrual cloths.
Away with you.
Away with you.
Guys, yeah, King James is the same. It says,
Wow.
"Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth.
A menstruous cloth.
Menstruous cloth.
Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence."
Oh man! Next time that time of month comes around, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm feeling real menstruous today.
I can only imagine.
Stay away from me."
Only imagine if we had the Tyndale translation for this part of the Bible.
Oh, that'd be good.
Then
Be like-
the menstrual cloth.
Menstrual cloth, shall ye throw it away into the garbage?
That's pretty good. That's pretty
That was
good.
very good. Yeah, well done. Well done.
Okay, I think
Boy.
I know what I'm looking up in the bonus. I'm looking up menstruation practices.
Okay, great.
'Cause I
Okay.
love
Yeah,
that.
no, because that's like a thing for you already. Like
I
in real
love
life.
I love menstruation tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Verse 23.
Okay.
He will give the rain for your seed, with which wink, with which you shall sow the ground, and bread of the increase of the ground, and it shall be fat and plenteous. In that day shall your cattle feed in large pastures. The oxen likewise, and the young donkeys. Here's your animals you were waiting for, Dedeker.
There you go.
And the
Just
young
like a way to
donkeys
chapter.
that till the ground shall eat savory provender, which has been winnowed with the shovel and with the fork. There shall be on every no. Okay. I just imagine someone with a little dinner fork in there, like tilling
No,
the
exactly.
fields
Kind of fluffing
Like,
fluffing up the quinoa for
Yeah.
the
for the horses. Yeah.
uh-huh.
There shall be on every lofty mountain and on every high hill brooks and streams of water. In the days of the great slaughter, when the towers fall.
So this is when everyone dies again, right?
Yeah, I guess we're back to dying.
Cool. I mean, yeah, he's got to give you a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun,
Oh,
and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold, as the light of 7 days.
whoa.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is what, like the eventual heat death of the universe? Like, what is he talking about here?
I think he's talking about global warming or something,
Hmm.
you know?
He prophesied global warming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he
It's
got
true.
that highway between Damascus and Egypt, so
It's true. Yeah. In that day, Yahweh binds up the hurt of his people and heals the stroke of their wound. Behold, the name of Yahweh comes from far, burning with anger, and in thick rising smoke, : his lips are full of indignation, and his tongue is as a devouring fire.
oh boy.
And his breath is as an overflowing stream that reaches even to the neck.
Well, like one's neck, his own neck,
Like a stream, I think like a really high stream, a really
like
deep
super intense.
stream.
Like his breath just like knocks you out.
Yeah,
I
there
see.
you go.
And so, like, you can
Oof.
barely breathe. You have to stick your head above the water.
Yeah, to sift
Okay.
the nations with the sieve of destruction, and a bridle that causes to err shall be in the jaws of the peoples.
Wow.
So he's
Really mixing our
riding
metaphors.
the
Yeah.
collective peoples.
Yeah, now he's riding them like a horse.
save a
Yeah.
horse, ride
Ride the peoples.
the
Yeah.
Israelites. Yes.
Okay, you shall have a song as in the night when a holy feast is kept. Okay, it's like a cool, happy party song. And gladness of heart as when one goes with a pipe to come to the mountain of Yahweh.
Oh, I know I have some gladness of heart in those
Yeah.
situations.
Oh, to come to the mountain of Yahweh, to the rock of Israel.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Capital R rock.
Yes.
There he is.
The rock
Yep.
is just everywhere. He's everywhere.
Yahweh will cause his glorious voice to be heard, and will show the lightning down of his arm with the indignation of his anger and the flame of a devouring fire, with a blast and tempest and hailstones. For through the voice of Yahweh shall the Assyrian be dismayed. With his rod will he strike him.
Mm.
Wink. Every stroke of the appointed staff which Yahweh shall lay on him shall be with the sound of tambourines and harps. And
How lovely.
yeah,
What?
I cannot keep up with this. I just gotta really like.
Just let it wash over you.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
And in battles, with the brandishing of his arm, will he fight with them. For a Topheth is prepared of old. Yes, for the king it is made ready.
Yes.
He has made it deep and large.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has.
Didn't last time we get into Yahweh's like big, long, hard sword or something like
you're
that?
right, we did,
It was something big and long with Yahweh.
It's Isaiah's getting progressively a little more sexual when it comes to Yahweh.
Yeah.
I think aren't all the prophets like in love with Yahweh?
Yeah, but I think Isaiah's been the most like really wanting to do Yahweh, really wanting to know him in a biblical sense.
Why do you call it know him in a biblical sense? Can we look that up sometime?
Like why is that a thing?
Let's look it up in the bonus. Yeah,
why is it called
why
that?
is that a saying?
I don't know.
That's a good
Exactly.
question.
You don't know, so we got to figure it out.
I just read it in the Crucible.
Yeah,
and-
I mean, was it in the Crucible? Goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yes, it was. It was.
I forget.
Yes,
Okay,
I
I have-
put
It's
money
been
on
many
it.
years since I've done that show. Okay,
Let me
go.
finish this sentence. I'm on the last sentence of the chapter. He has made it deep and large, semicolon. The pile of it is fire and much wood, semicolon. Again, the breath of Yahweh.
I really don't want to take it there, but it just writes itself.
It's
The breath-
really difficult to not, though.
I cannot finish the sentence.
Just go. Sorry.
The breath of Yahweh, like a stream of sulfur, does kindle it.
Got it.
Good.
Full stop.
That's a
End of
horrifying,
chapter.
Wow.
smelly breath.
Good job. Just weird, smelly, sexy
Oh my gosh.
burnination. Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, Jace, getting through that.
That was rough. I think that was the hardest chapter I've ever read in the Bible so far.
Wow, really?
The hardest?
Yeah, other ones, like the wording can get a little weird at times, but then it usually comes back and you're like, okay, I think I get what was happening. But this was just nonstop. I could not keep up with like not only what metaphor are we on, but who is this
They're mixing
metaphor
the
about?
metaphors.
Is this a good one?
Yeah.
Is this a bad one? I don't even know.
Are we rooting for the horses? Do we hate the horses?
Yeah.
I think Isaiah would not get a good grade on this paper that he's writing about God. Like, you know,
I think he
or at least maybe an incomplete.
would get some points for effort and creativity for sure.
If
He
it-
would maybe lose points on like not reading the assignment
Right.
correctly.
I think the question is what class we're in. If this is a poetry
Yes.
class,
a
I could
great
see
question.
the teacher being like, I don't understand this. A+, this is brilliant. This is great.
All right. Chapter 31. This is a shorty that we're going to end on. Whoa. Yes. Okay.
Whoa.
Right.
Whoa.
Can I? Sorry.
I psyched myself out.
I just saw the title chapter for this in the message.
Oh, please.
Impressed by military mathematics.
Oh, no. Okay.
Boy. Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help and rely on horses and trust
Horses.
in chariots.
We're back off of horses. Horses bad.
We like them. Now we don't. Got it? Good.
And trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they don't look to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh.
Okay.
Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of those who work iniquity. Now, the Egyptians are men and not God,
Yeah.
and their horses flesh and not spirit. And when Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he who helps shall stumble, and he who is helped shall fall, and they shall all be consumed together.
I see.
For thus,
Sorry. So we're not anti-spirit horses. We're just anti like flesh.
meat horses.
Spirit horses.
Meat horses bad.
No meat horses.
Okay.
They suck.
Yeah. Okay.
Spirit
Wait,
horse,
what do you mean by
cool.
meat horse?
A horse made of meat versus a horse made of ghosts. Obviously, Emily, come on.
I've never met a horse made of ghosts.
Well, clearly you haven't lived. Okay. Where was I? All right.
Okay.
For thus says Yahweh to me, as the lion and the young lion growling over his prey, if a multitude of shepherds are called forth against him, will not be dismayed at their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them, so will Yahweh of hosts come down to fight on Mount Zion and on the hill of it. As birds hovering, so will Yahweh of hosts protect Jerusalem and maybe shit on it occasionally.
Gosh.
Well, definitely is doing that.
He will protect and deliver it. He will pass over and preserve it. Turn you to him from whom you have deeply revolted, children of Israel. For in that day they shall cast away every man his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made to you for a sin. The Assyrian shall fall by the sword, not of man, and the sword, not of men, shall devour him, and he shall flee from the sword, and his young men shall become subject to forced labor. His rock shall pass away by reason of terror, and his princes shall be dismayed at the ensign, says Yahweh, whose fire is in Zion, and his furnace in Jerusalem. The end.
Got it.
Oh, wow.
Perfectly. So perfect. No, I don't know what happened.
Hooey.
What happened?
Well, we got some birds and some horses, lots of animals, as usual.
Someone in the chat, Brady, just asked if Will Arnett can play the horses. And I
Yes,
think that's
because
brilliant.
he's BoJack Horseman. Because
Just
he's
any
BoJack
horse?
Horseman.
Just any horse.
Any horse.
Yeah, every single horse
Is BoJack
Is Will
Horseman
Arnett?
played by Will Arnett.
I'm
Yeah,
into that.
he played Seabiscuit. He played Seabiscuit in BoJack Horseman. So
Sure, I'll put it down. So
Okay.
just any kind of horse,
any
Played
kind of
by-
raven
Mhm.
Will Arnett.
and
Done.
any kind of
Cast.
horse. Lovely.
Cut it, print it, we're
Who
done.
plays any kind of raven? That's the question.
Ooh.
Raven Simone.
Okay, that is pretty good.
I would.
That is pretty good.
That is good.
I was gonna propose Christina Ricci for some reason. I don't know why.
That's weird.
I just thought
Why would you
she'd be
do
a-
that?
She'd be a good raven.
I don't know because she was like in all those edgy teenagey movies where she
Uh-huh.
dyed her hair
But
black.
the thing
and
is, but the
was
thing is that we
emo.
haven't had a lot of ravens coming by. We had a lot of horses. Horses show
Yeah.
up a lot. The ravens were just got that one passing mention of like, don't eat any kind of raven, and then that's done.
I can't just
well,
imagine.
it can be a montage of ravens. Or
I'm just
maybe.
realizing now that we've cast Will Arnett as BoJack Horseman as every single horse in the Bible that.
It's gonna be 50,000 Will Arnett's.
But yeah,
For
that when we were
Samuel.
talking about
I'd be fine with that.
Samuel having his like 50,000 horses or whatever,
His horse city.
his horse city. Oh man, it's just gonna break
Just
out
Will,
into like
Will
a
Arnett
little.
in 50,000 different hats.
Exactly.
All their different colored hats. Love it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, are we gonna
Oh, yeah,
go
we
on
have
to our
Psalms.
our Psalm section?
Yes, it is time for Psalms. Who's reading the Psalms today?
I'm reading one of them.
Dedeker and me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dedeker's
okay.
the first one and I'm the second.
All right.
Do it.
Here we go. And now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where DBS comes out and reads some psalms.
Psalm 7. Yahweh my God, I take refuge in you. Save me from all those who pursue me and deliver me.
Wait, there's a name. It's
Yeah.
a name. A
got-
meditation by David, which he sang to Yahweh concerning the words of Cush the Benjamite.
Oh, goodness. Okay, good. Thank you for that intel. Lest they tear apart my soul like a lion, ripping it in pieces while there is none to deliver. Yahweh my God, if I have done this, if there is iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil to him who is at peace with me, in parentheses, yes, I have delivered him who without cause was my adversary. Let the enemy pursue my soul and overtake it. Yes, let him tread my life down to the earth and lay my glory in the dust. Selah. Arise, Yahweh, in your anger. Lift up yourself against the rage of my adversaries. What? It was suddenly British.
Yep.
My adversaries.
Adversaries, yes.
Awake for me. You have commanded judgment. Let the congregation of the peoples surround you. Rule over them on high. Yahweh administers judgment to the peoples. Judge me, Yahweh, according to my righteousness, and to my integrity that is in me. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the righteous. Their minds and hearts are searched by the righteous God. My shield is with God, who saves the upright in heart. God is a righteous judge. Yes, A God who has indignation every day. Boy, howdy.
Yeah.
If a man
Got it.
doesn't relent, he will sharpen his sword.
Repent.
He has bent.
This says relent on
My
here.
version says relent, so...
My version says repent.
Oh my goodness.
What are you reading?
From Bible Gateway.
I'm reading Bible Study Tools, and Dedeker's reading probably our...
Yes, I'm reading ours. I'm going to keep on going.
Wow.
He has also prepared for himself the instruments of death. He makes ready his flaming arrows.
Ooh, like Link.
Behold, he travails with iniquity. Yes, he has conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He has dug a hole and has fallen into the pit which he made.
He fell into the pit.
What a shame.
The trouble he causes shall return to his own head. His violence shall come down on the crown of his own head. I will give thanks to Yahweh according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of Yahweh Most High.
Wow. Beautiful.
Sweet. All right, Psalm 8. For the chief musician on an instrument of Gath. A psalm by David. What kind of instrument is that? I want to know.
Maybe we'll look into that. Yeah.
Maybe we can look it up. Yahweh our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth, who has set your glory above the heavens. From the lips of babes and infants you have established strength, because of your adversaries, that you might silence the enemy and the avenger.
Oh, Jeremy Renner.
Sure.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have ordained, what is man that you think of him? The son of man that you care for him? For you have made him a little lower than God and crowned him with glory and honor. You make him a ruler over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, yes, and the animals of the field, the birds of the sky, the fish of the sea, and whatever passes through the paths of the seas. Yahweh, our Lord, how majestic is your name in all the earth.
Lovely.
Wow. Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
my
majestic
goodness.
is your name in all the earth is 100% in some worship songs.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this psalm
Oh.
sounded really familiar to me.
Yeah.
Probably had to memorize this one at some point. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like I've heard from the lips of babes and infants or something.
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah, Daniel wants to know what the instrument of Gath is, so we'll look it up. We'll look it up
Yeah.
for sure. Maybe in the bonus.
maybe we can do a drunk instrument study in the bonus if we can
Once
find
more.
anything about that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
we've done it. That was wild. Like for those of you who listen to this, I mean, wow, kudos to you for sticking with it, because that was very difficult to follow.
I think people who read this just like let it wash over them. They don't really think about it when they're reading it. They just kind of like go. They're like,
Yeah, this is why we drink. It
and then
helps.
go through
Yeah,
it.
it
really
does help.
smooths things out and makes it a lot easier to just let it float by, man.
Oh,
This is a great way in which to read the Bible because we have committed to it. We have to do it, and we're also drinking and hanging out with friends. It's fun.
yeah. I love it. I love it.
All right. So shall we take
Let's
this
do it.
home?
Should.
Let's do it. So thank y'all for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more drunk Bible study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Bible Cast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jason Lindgren, Dedeker Winston, and me, Emily Matlack. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at Drunk Bible Study.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book club.